Hey guys, welcome to episode 19 of Pokemon Generation 1. Man, does it feel good to say that. Yeah, last we left off, we took down the Vermilion City Gym, and you might be wondering what the hell I'm doing over on Pokemon Stadium. Well, we're going to be doing something special, but first I need to show my setup. The emulator I'm using, Project 64 2.0, or is it 2.1? Now I know what you're thinking, they're bundled with malware. Don't worry. Somebody was kind enough to make a clean 2.1 download file. None of that malware installer crap. And you also need a specific controller plugin for this. Specifically, if you'll pardon the black box there, and it does take a while to load on this laptop. Yeah, I'm actually recording off the laptop for a little bit, because it's the best way to reduce lag on the simulator. There's nothing else I can really do there. Anyway, we look in plugins, you'll see this is the controller plugin I use. The reason you want to use this is for the transfer pack. In fact, if you go over here and configure your controller plugin, don't mind the controls I have set for this, you want to go to controller pack and select transfer pack, make sure raw data is checked. Then search for your Game Boy ROM file and ROM save of the same name. Specifically, we need Pokemon Yellow in this case. Why? Well, we're going after something special. To do this, we need round 2 of the Stadium mode open. Then we need to do round 2 Prime Cup. Pardon the lag, there's nothing I can do. And select Master Ball. Battle and select from the cartridge. This Pikachu over here, we need him. We'll also need 5 other Pokemon. Now, pardon me, since I am going to be saying everything from here, because I don't want to spoil who those Pokemon are, because we're not going to be seeing them for a good long while. Basically, you need to select your party of 6, including the Pikachu that you need for this. In this case, this one, which is clearly under-leveled. Now, whatever you do, do not register your team. Just play it through normally. Now, on top of this, you need to have your Pikachu in every match and get to the end of the Prime Cup. Excuse me while I do that real quick, because this might take a little while. Back in a moment. And we're back, finally. Ugh. Yeah, that was a bit of a chore, but by successfully doing this, Pikachu may now learn Surf. Yes, please. Let's get rid of Thundershock. Yes, a surfing Pikachu. Neat little surfboard animation here. And we're done. So I'll be right back once I get back onto my desktop and Visual Boy Advance is booted back up. Back in a moment, guys. Alright, I am back, guys, and proof of concept. Pikachu does indeed know Surf now. The earliest you can possibly get Surf on him, believe it or not. Well, the earliest you can possibly get Surf is the moment you catch that Pikachu, but yeah. Put it to you this way, it was a bit of a pain in the neck to get it, but worth it all the same. And so long as we're here, I need to go back to Vermilion City because there's something I forgot about. So on the way there, I may as well mention why I've been gone so damn long as far as Pokemon Gen 1 goes. Well, those last 3 episodes were all recorded over a year ago. That's around the time my desktop PC basically carked it. There was nothing I could do at that point. And then my 3DS, well, the right hinge in particular, broke off not that long ago, and I know I'm walking, but I have a lot of stuff to say. And on top of that, the top screen started going haywire, but really the right hinge was the biggest reason. It was literally impossible to record from this thing at that point. So now that I finally have it back in my hands, thank God, I can actually not only start playing some Street Fighter 4 again, which you can bet your ass I'll be doing that a lot, but I'm also recording again. Also, I've been keeping up with all the information I can regarding BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle's character roster. Yeah, for those not in the know, that's a 2v2 crossover fighter with BlazBlue Central Fiction, Persona 4 Arena, Undernight Inbirth, which I've never heard of at the time, and Ruby all in one. Anyway, this is what I had forgotten about originally. Welcome to Diglett's Cave. And what you're running into about 90 or so % of the time. Diglett himself. On occasion you will run into Dugtrio. Lag. But, not much I can really do there. Yeah, again, I will still occasionally get lag, but hey, I got Surf. Yeah, that's the problem with these quote-unquote better PCs, and by that I mean a much more updated OS. Older emulators tend to lag. A lot. But yeah, anyway. Since there's not much to say about Diglett's Cave itself, there is one thing I want to mention regarding Cross Tag Battle. You may be thinking, as a Ruby fan, that I would be hyped. Well, yes, I'm hyped, but there's a catch. I consider myself a former Ruby fan. As you may recall, I did drop the series for a while. Well, not for a while, for now, the time of recording this. But that might change. There is possibility for me to give Ruby one more chance. Lag, people. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh the recording stream as soon as I get what I actually need, but I'll need to check for VSync because if it's not on, that's kind of freaking stupid. Then again, it's probably this PC. No, but so it goes. So many Digletts. Now, like I said, occasionally you can run into Dugtrio, but be prepared for hell. Dugtrio is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. And trust me, you'll be thankful for that high speed if you're using it, in more ways than one. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm not certain if I'll give Ruby one more chance, but it's possible. Like I said before, if they do fix the critical issues I have with Ruby at the moment, I will go back and probably rewatch the series all the way through. Which, speaking of which, thinking about it now, there is one legitimate reason you could arguably hate Volume 3's Dark Tone Shift. I'm not going to judge you if you like it, but I personally nowadays feel like it's more that it was a bit forced, if that makes any sense. Which, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, and speaking of Dugtrio, probably the last encounter you'll see in this place on recording, so hey, how oddly appropriate. Fucking sand attack. And Surf hits anyway. Yeah, the beauty of a surfing Pikachu, my friends. Now, the only problem is, will it hit a second time? Oh, big deal, I've got Surf. Yeah, surfing Pikachu. Did I mention how fun this thing is? But yeah, now you're critical. Of course. Oh well. But yeah, like I was saying, oh hey, level 26. Sick. Swift. Actually, this is a really good move. Every move in the game has a 1 in, I believe, 256 chance of missing, even if they're supposed to have 100 accuracy. Swift is the exception rather than the rule. But I don't feel like giving it to Pikachu. As decent as it is, it's only got 60 base power, so it's not that reliable. Now, Aerial Ace, which we get in Gen 3 on the other hand, is more than reliable. Anyway, like I was saying, the Dark Tone Shift in Volume 3 for Ruby, like, I hate it still, but I feel nowadays I can look at it with a more fresh look, as it were, and I'm, again, not going to judge you if you like it. I just personally think it was a little bit forced. I don't know if that makes any degree of sense, but, like, in comparison to when you would normally have a climax like that, It just feels like it was a little too quick, if that makes any sense. And that's just the dark tone shift in general, but let's not discuss that incident which shall not be named. Yes, I will forever remain salty about that, but this is what I actually came here for. This is the old Amber. We'll be using this later. Much later. But with that, since it's just backtracking at this point, I'll meet you guys back in Cerulean City. Back in a moment. Actually, before I go through Diglett's cave real quick, I may as well get the stuff in here. Well, down this way anyway. First things first, I want to mention this guy. That's something worth noting. If your Pokemon faints from battle, they can still use HM moves outside of battle. Amber for Mr. Mime. Now Mr. Mime is more of a support Pokemon. In Generation 6 it became Psychic Fairy, but then again so did Gardevoir from Generation 3, so Mr. Mime, not all that great. Oh, gotta enter through here apparently, good to know. This one, however, we need to talk to. 10 kinds of Pokemon. I actually checked the Pokedex a moment ago. We have 11. Indeed we have. Well, to be fair, I actually traded one over, but HM05 Flash. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not, but I don't need to. HP up. And a Moonstone, if you really want it. But yeah, that's everything down here. So now, we'll be back once we get back to Cerulean City. For real this time, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back in Cerulean City after having healed up Pikachu. And, if you recall earlier on the way down to Vermilion City, there was this route we couldn't take. We've cut, we can. If you would, Paris. Thank you. And I did check, VSync was actually off, that's just my PC being a real pain in the ass. Because yeah, since this is a newer OS, unfortunately Windows 10, although I might not have to worry about it much longer, put it to you this way, it's a real pain in the neck to worry about. And with Oddish, well, Mega Punch is my only option here. Oh, thank God, Stunspore missed. Which actually goes into something I need to mention. In the effort to get that Surfing Pikachu, I remembered what was the biggest bitch about Stadium 1. Fucking paralysis. Seriously, much like Fire Red and Leaf Green with Poison, in Pokemon Stadium, you were dealing with paralysis all the time. Lag. Again, that's just the PC being stupid, but so it goes. Now, interesting thing about growth. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Oh, fucking rap. Anyway. Growth in this game just raises your raw special stat, which is effectively both special attack and special defense in later games. In, I think it's Generation 2 onward, it only raised your special attack. Come Generation 5, it would actually raise both your attack and special attack. And if you were in Sunlight, that would double. So Venusaur in Gen 5 was a freaking boss, because it had Drought Ninetales support, which caused permanent Sunlight. All you need to do is get off a growth or two. Hey, critical hit. Basically, like 1 or 2 growths, and you're sweeping. Yeah, Venusaur was just that good in Gen 5. Weather effects did get nerfed in Gen 6, and I think for that exact reason, because weather teams were a frickin' nightmare in Gen 5. Anyway, speaking of different generations, I actually did finish up the main game of Pokemon Moon, since that'll be my more casual run, and I'll be doing my more serious run where I focus on effort values and stuff over on Sun. And I have one thing to say about Alolan Raichu. Despite the fact that its idle animation involves it surfing on its tail, and the fact that its ability is called Surge Surfer, for some reason, it can't learn Surf. Why the hell not? Ugh, that's just annoying. TM30, I think that's Teleport. If I were in Leaf Green, I know for a fact that would be Aerial Ace. Well, truth be told, it's been a long time since I've actually recorded, so let's go, dude. Machop. And we know how that goes. Thunderbolt. And lag. Yeah, this lag isn't from the emulator, it's more from the PC being a pain in my ass. Again, I might not have to deal with this PC much longer. Because I was originally going to set this up for Steam, but seems like we have some complications, and I'll leave it at that. Basically, this PC being an old PC, originally a Windows XP PC, put it to you that way, it doesn't really have a good way to get a connection on here, put it to you that way. Well, unless you were running like an Ethernet and a modem and crap like that, and I don't have those kinds of options available. Booyah. I know I could have done Surf with Pikachu, but that'd be kind of overkill. Yeah, you're out of Pokemon. Actually, this is the Hiker that, for those of you who don't know, some call me Johnny Dubs Brock the Hiker, Geodude and Onix. I actually just now realized that. I forgot to comment on that. Kind of funny. I believe this guy's optional, but I may as well. I've got time. Growlithe. I do quite like Growlithe. I was actually considering using it for this team because Arcanine is a beast. But like I said before, at least I think I said this before, outside of like Takedown and Dig, Growlithe has a really good physical attack stat, but no real way to frickin' use it. Generation 4 fixed this problem by giving him both Fire Fang and Thunder Fang. So he had a good stab move in the form of Fire Fang, and a way to cover up his weakness with Thunder Fang. Well, one of his weaknesses anyway. Then again, you had Solar Beam to cover the ground weakness, and Rock, so Arcanine was a beast back then. And to this day, I think he's still pretty viable. That's just me. I'm not sure what the Smogon list says, because I don't really give a fuck about Smogon. Overkill. Yeah, that's one way to show off a surfing Pikachu, by getting a critical hit super effective on a Charmander. Overkill much. Sheesh. Oh man, this guy. You better be competent. Okay, you at least have fully evolved Pokemon. Too bad it's the inferior one of the two, but Beedrill's okay-ish, like I said before. Not so bad early game, but by this point is when he starts to fall. Quaddalot, Demonstrato. Oh my god. Anyway. Another Beedrill. I kinda wish this guy had a Butterfree in there, but so it goes. Like one of each, just because why not? Wow. I think that was 2 criticals in a row even. Holy shit. Oh man. And this is with Pikachu. Imagine Jolteon. But yeah, those 2 were optional. I know there's nothing else past there. I think there's a hiker down here. Yes, there is. And I might just refresh the recording after this, just so I can get a fresh new timer to work with, because I'm getting near that 10-minute mark. But since I can upload longer videos, I'll just put it all together in Windows Movie Maker once this is all said and done. Lag. And, well, Geodude, surf's up. Actually, wait, it might be this guy that's Brock the Hiker. I'll have to check in a second here. 2 Pokemon. Yep, there we go. This one's Brock the Hiker. The other one was not. The other one was Brock the Hiker plus 1 Machop. Yeah, Pikachu's getting a little bit too much level ups compared to the others, but he needs it. He's not going to get much use in the next cave area, which, as I mentioned before, is Rock Tunnel. I never liked Rock Tunnel. Nobody did. Yeah, I think now is a good time to refresh that recording. So, I'll be right back. Alright, continuing on. Nothing over here? Okay. Yeah, there aren't too many trainers left, but yeah, I wasn't going to be able to deal with all of them within just 10 minutes. That wasn't happening. Yeah, I could have avoided the optional ones, but what of it? These had better be good. Why? This should have been a Butterfree. Stupid fucking bug catchers. Really? Are you kidding me? What the hell? After the one right before Vermilion City who had a level 20 Butterfree, and the one right before you who had 2 level 19 Beedrill? This is pathetic. Like, I don't even think Thunderbolts are worth it on this asshole. Okay, you have a Venonat, so that's at least somewhat unique. Venonat whom evolves into Venomoth later on, I forget exactly how. I want to say it's by level up. It's not anything amazing. It's better than Beedrill, but that's not saying much. Butterfree's still the best of the bug types in this game. Actually, no, I take that back. That's actually Scyther. Of the early game designed bugs, like, between Venomoth and Beedrill, I prefer Venomoth, but I prefer Butterfree over Venomoth. Yet Scyther's the king of them all. But we'll meet up with him later. Lag. Anyway, another hiker to deal with. Yeah, I've played this game too many times. I've played Pokemon in general a lot. What of it? But yeah, with Sun and Moon... Oh yeah, Geodude also gets an Alolan variant form. It's actually Rock Electric instead of Rock Ground in its Alolan form, which is a neat little unique combination. Because seriously, Rock Electric type, that's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, quad weak to ground, but it's got some physical defense. So it might be able to take an Earthquake. I'm not sure though. Not every Pokemon did get an Alolan form, sadly. In fact, only Generation 1 Pokemon did. Vulpix, Ninetales, the Vulpix line, of course. I mentioned, well, there's Vulpix line, there's the Cubone line. Actually, no, only Alolan Marowak did, I think. I know the Grimer line did. I know Raichu did. Exeggutor did. Freaking hell. What's another one? Let's see here, Raichu, Marowak, the Vulpix line, the Grimer line. Rattata and Raticate did, I know that much. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which Pokemon from Generation 1 got Alolan forms. Because there was also Exeggutor. I'm trying to think of who else. One of the last trainers, at the very least. There's that. Oh yeah, Meowth and Persian did as well. And those are Dark type. I think Dark and Normal, actually. I know Rattata and Raticate are Dark and Normal. Speaking of Meowth... Lag. Yeah, there isn't much to talk about with these trainers, so I may as well mention a little bit about Sun and Moon. I do quite like it. It's pretty much neck and neck with Black and White 2 for my favorite generation. Pretty much. Which beats what? I'm not sure right off. Oh, by the way, we'll be coming back here later, because for the time being, nothing we can do. We have Surf, but we need Koga's Soul Badge. So anyway, may as well deal with this one right over here, because there's one last trainer. But first, I may as well just get these while I'm here. Well, at least this one item while I'm here. You need cut for this. And free super potion. Well, let's see what your Pokemon are. That might explain it. Pikachu. Well, if you're going to Brock's gym, that makes sense. Pikachu battle, except I've got Surf. And you've got Quick Attack, so, well, damn you. And you know what? Mega Punch, because why not? Of course, that would be why. Oh, hey, Paralysis. You're not my friend, especially after dealing with you in Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, I hate Paralysis in Stadium. Like, most of the time that's what you're going to be dealing with. Rarely will you deal with Burn. Rarely will you deal with Freeze, especially, but when you do deal with it, it's much like it is in this game. No way to get out. You're fucked. Clefairy. I guess in Brock's gym it would make sense why you would lose every time. Lieutenant Surges as well, maybe. But Misty, I think you'd win pretty easily, because you've got a Pikachu. And you know what? I'm feeling generous. Surf. Hey, it's called Surfing Pikachu. I may as well use the damn thing. And one more. I don't even think Thunderbolt would have killed anyway. Yeah, I don't think it would have, because with a stab boost, it'd be like a quarter health left. So that's about it for this one. We got at least up to Rock Tunnel, and given everything else I had to do for this episode, as far as I'm concerned, that's really good. So let's heal up. Let's save. And next time on Pokemon Generation 1, we'll be trekking through Rock Tunnel for real. With that, later guys.